Well, good afternoon and welcome to a sun-dappled Twerton Park this afternoon. And along my left-hand side, I have Joe Acklam. Good afternoon, Joe.
Good afternoon.
And even further away from me at a suitable metre distance, the double-jabbed Michael Powell.
I know, it's exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting. Well, welcome for joining us this afternoon, and City looking for their third victory of the season, and already a good crowd coming into Twerton Park.
Bath City do have the kick-off kicking from left to right as we look at it towards the Bristol end in their traditional black and white shirts, black shorts and white socks. Chelmsford kicking right to left with their maroon shirts and shorts, and then minty green socks for them as Tom Smith stands over the ball. A packed Twerton Park is expecting that Bath City can continue their 100% start to the season this afternoon at Twerton Park. It's the referee, Mr. Mark Whaley, just making sure the goalkeepers are all prepared before Tom Smith gets us underway. And of course the players are kneeling and they're having a good round of applause from the support to show their support for discrimination faced amongst all groups. Bath City have got us underway, and Winfield, who's been a constant throughout this one so far, is getting involved. But Cody Cook nips the ball straight off the toes of Dunn, and coming forward now through Jones. Jones has got Fletcher in the middle, plays up to him, chests it down. Jones to Fletcher, and it's an unbelievable intervention at the back post by Dave Winfield. A certain goal surely from Alex Fletcher, as he just looked to volley at home, but a desperate lunge in front of him, nicked the ball away, and it's a Bath City corner.
Yeah, Fletcher waiting for that ball to drop. Corner taken quickly.
Freer whips it in. Once again, Winfield's the man to get it away. Eddie Jones gets the ball back, clips it out to this near side, but it's over the head of Freer. It will be a throw-in for them. Rate just chucks it back to his central defender, who plays it long up towards Jones, but it's got away. But it's broken in midfield now with Harrison looking for a bit of space. He had a shot, but it was fairly comfortable for Clark in the end. Here's Cameron James, takes his touch and looks to deliver that ball, but he shapes it back to Harrison. It's played in, eluded Ryan Clark, but the advantage couldn't be taken by Adam Morgan. His header was weak and allowed Clark to get across and palm it away. Puts one arm in the air. The target man must be Winfield, who's marked by Batten. It comes into the middle. It comes off the shins of Batten, headed away by Cody Cook. Winfield trying to do an acrobatic bicycle kick, but didn't get his angles at all lined up. Dunn flicks it on. It's into the middle here, plating away. It's sketched past here. Dunn, he's got the space down the middle of the pitch that really opened up. It's out to the far side with Morgan. Morgan comes inside, looks to shoot, deflects off Jack Batten into the middle. Rains gets it away, but only so much. Harrison, he shoots, and it's over the top of the bar and wide as well.
Rate swings it in. Headed clear by Gehring as far as the edge of the box. It bounces off Cook, but to Dada. His first shot is blocked, his second is blocked by Gehring, still alive inside the City area, and eventually the ball just tamely drops the way of Ryan Clark. Cook flicks it onto Francois, back to Cook, 25 yards out, goes for a shot, it's blocked by Winfield, back to Cook, and second attempt doesn't catch cleanly either and sails over Marsden's crossbar. As his opposite number, Clark tries to clear under pressure. He's actually completely miscued it. Morgan with a first time strike. It was a cracking effort, and Clark had to be alert to keep it out. His ball over the top looking for Cook. He gets it behind here. Cook then pulls it back. It's going to be left to Freer to strike it, and it's straight to Francois. It can't quite sort his feet out. It's still live. And then Fletcher has a brilliant block, appeals for handball. Referee says no. City's on the front foot with Rains. He miscues his shot wide of Marsden's goal. It was an excellent block in there. Bath City are adamant it was a hand. Holness has just been booked for his complaints. And with no VAR at National League South, it will just be a goal kick. 10 minutes to go until half-time at Twerton Park. Throw-ins taken into Fletcher. Does really well to twist away from his man on the byline, and the referee has just given a free kick when Fletcher had broke into the box and was about to try and square it for someone. There's nice interplay by Chelmsford. Dada driving forward, he still has it, plays it out to Morgan, who's come across the left-hand side, 20 yards out, goes for a speculative effort. That's well wide of Clark's goal. And now with Gehring just outside his own box.
Nice little movement from City there, giving Dada the run around on the edge of the 18-yard box. Francois piled into, and Winfield kicked the ball into his face. Winfield, of course, has just been booked.
It's Morgan who's
it's
been
Morgan, yes, sorry, not Winfield. Much pulling and shoving. And
Ben Gering's just been booked as well for his, let's say, his part in the ensuing melee. Long throw here for Bath City. She'll deliver into the box. Got good distance on it. So live in the area. Cook nods it goalwards, but plucked out of the air by Marsden. Not quite enough power on the header from the Bath City front man. Batten is underneath it. And drops to Dunn on the halfway line. And breaks the way of Dada out to Morgan. 20 yards out, just inside the box. Morgan still going. It's a bit of a clumsy challenge by Rains, and the referee does point to the penalty spot.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised. I think you're right. Rains caught the man rather than the player, and unnecessary, and waiting to see. He didn't book Rains there.
No, there wasn't anything malicious in there, was it? He said he just got his feet in a little bit of a tangle, and Morgan was probably cute, saw the challenge coming in and made sure the contact was made. Morgan against Clark, runs up, and down the middle into the roof of the net. It's an excellent penalty by Morgan, and Chelmsford City just before the interval lead by 1-0. Morgan won the penalty, he converted the penalty, and it's the visitors who strike first at Twerton Park.
Yeah, and you have to say it was courageously taken. Well, so often, particularly I think at a non-league level, we'll always look to go one side of the keeper or the other, instead of which he lofted it over Clark.
Back to Winfield, then goes long for everyone, although that is the half-time whistle. So at the interval, it's Bath City 0, Chelmsford City 1. The Romans arguably had the better of the first half, but it was Adam Morgan's penalty just before the interval which separates these two sides.
Adam Morgan, the goal scorer, gets us underway, knocks it back to Winfield, whose first thought is long. He plays it forwards, it sort of ricocheted off a few heads, it drops back, and it's a shot from Harrison, but he gets absolutely nothing behind it. Rains hurls it in towards the middle, towards Gering. Winfield heads it away out towards the far side, but Tom Smith gets there, just about level with the penalty area on the right-hand side. Smith trying to find the right time to switch it into Rains. His pass back is in between Francois and Smith, and it's a quick counter-attack here. They're coming forward through Jones. Jones trying to get away around the side. Harrison trying to get away here. He knocks it into the middle towards Dada. Takes his time. Shoots. Dada scores! Unbelievable hit from distance. Right into the right-hand corner of Ryan Clark's goal. And it's Chelmsford 2, Bath City 0.
Well, City were left very exposed there, giving the ball away, and they'd come up for that corner, and Chelmsford broke at pace on the far side here on the right-hand side. Morgan was in acres of space. I thought the ball was going to come out to him, but instead Dada's shot rocketed beyond Clark, and City, well, they're in a whole heap of trouble. 2-0 down, just 2 minutes gone in the second period.
Dada was in a position there where you're thinking you kind of want the player to shoot because surely he won't hit it, but that flew into the bottom corner. Played forwards, Jackson is Dada, whose touch wasn't the best, but Chelmsford keep possession. Tom Raitt trying to come forwards, he skips past two, still going Tom Raitt. It's a good intervention tackle, but it comes to Dada again. Onto the edge of the box, looks to curl the ball, but it's into the hands of Ryan Clark.
Ryan Harley coming on, and indeed he's come to the halfway line.
Well, it's Omar Holness who's coming off, potentially think about him on a yellow card, and it is Ryan Harley that comes on to replace him. Is Elliot Freer. Looking to size up his man, darts towards the byline, goes beyond, chips it in towards the middle, it's away from Fletcher, comes back to Ryan Harley, 25 yards from goal. Here is Francois. Francois didn't fancy shooting, out to Jones. Jones clips the ball in towards Fletcher. Fletcher heads it back in towards Cody Cook, and it just flicked away from him by Winfield. Jones trying to keep it alive, but it's got away now. They're coming forwards with Dickens. It's played up the line, running through is Jones, but Gering covered across quick enough. Here's Tom Smith, receives the ball on the halfway line, turns, plays it forwards, great swivel from Alex Fletcher, running around the outside of Winfield, trying to play that ball back, he gets the ball back, Alex Fletcher comes back, looks to shoot across goal, it deflects away behind Cody Cook. Ryan Harley on the right-hand side, drops it back to Tom Smith on the edge of the penalty area, clips it inside, Eddie Jones, fakes past one, his shot was scuffed and it's cleared away by Dickens. Bath City really probing here, and the crowd roars behind them. Here is Ryan Harley plays it into Fletcher. Fletcher tries to get it away. Cody Cook looking to swivel. He's got a man outside him. Tom Smith uses him. Tom Smith plays it in. It's above Cody Cook. Comes back towards Francois. Fletcher shaped onto his right and it's deflected again. Dada gets it away, but only as far as Ryan Harley. Onto his left foot. Comes there. Ryan Harley shoots and it comes away again. Joe Rains on the edge of the box now, but his pass is misplaced and there's now a chase between Jones and Batten. It's been 3 or 4 blocks in quick succession there but here's Francois. He's a good run forwards. Freer gets the ball on the side. The ball's behind Cody Cook once again. Comes out to Fletcher, who takes it out of the sky nicely. Fletcher to Jones. Jones back to Harley, who gets the ball onto his right side. Back out to Jones, the right back, in an area to cross. Can't do so. Back to Harley. Here's Fletcher. Fletcher wanting to get the run in behind. It's a good weight there. Eddie Jones gets the ball in, but it's got away once again by Winfield. But it come here. Fletcher with the ball on the right-hand side. Gives back to Harley, who's the conductor at the moment. It's the Bath City Orchestra trying to find a tune. Freer clips that ball in towards Gehring. It comes up for him. He wins the header in towards the middle. It's over. Batten comes out. Tom Smith shoots, but he gets under it. It hits the netting behind the stand rather than the netting in the goal. Batten, his pass is behind Francois, uses right outside of his right boot to get that ball into Joe Rains though. Clever from the young Australian. Freer gets the ball into the middle. Cody Cook gets his head to it, but not enough, and he can't direct it goalwards.
And Harley has it, 20 yards out on the right-hand touchline. Crosses in with his left foot. It's well met by James, and now Morgan can look to break forward. Runs away from Batten. He's now up against Gehring, still all the way up to the edge of the Bath City box. Morgan going to strike across goal, and it's narrowly wide of the post. As Freer crosses in towards the far post, looking for Gehring, nods it back across goal. It's flicked on. It's trying the way of Cook on the goal line, and somehow it's been cleared from under his own crossbar in there by Harrison. An absolutely stunning clearance, because it looked for all the world like Cody Cook was just going to put the ball home.
It almost looked physically impossible for him to clear it from that position and for the ball to go behind for a corner. Nonetheless, it did.
Francois gets on with it quickly, goes short to Jones, who turns away from Dunn to the byline and stands up across, but just drifts out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Jones did well there to get the ball throw-in taken quickly, but I think there's going to be a booking here, yes indeed, for Marston, the goalkeeper. Referee had already warned him about delaying things.
Here's long. Rains does well in the air. Now the loose ball breaks to Francois. He's got Fletcher making a run outside him, who he uses up to the edge of the box. Fletcher is parried, and Cook on the follow-up puts it over. It's a big chance for Cook from 10 yards, just didn't quite get over it, and as a result the chance goes begging.
Yeah, the shot from Fletcher, a good one. All Marston could do was parry it away, and if you wanted it to fall to anybody, you would have wanted it to fall to Cody Cook. I think it caught him a little bit by surprise.
And now Harley forward to Francois, just inside the Chelmsford City half. He's closed down by 2 claret shirts, but plays it out to Fletcher. Return ball to Francois, he's made a ball beyond him. He's clipped from behind. It'll be a free kick to Bath City, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Will be Freer. Crosses in. It's headed slightly awkwardly over his own goal by Winfield. Long looking for Jones. He's battling away with Batten. He's got the better of him and will pick up the loose ball. Crosses in towards the middle looking for Blackwell. Just a couple of yards ahead of the substitute. He will keep it in on the far side though. He's closed down by Harley. Looks to cross him. It's a poor ball. It's a crunching challenge between Jones and Harrison. Harrison's got the better of him, twists and turns. It's an excellent point-blank save by Clark. It's still in the Bath City area and then goes narrowly wide of the post on the follow-up. Out to Rains on the Bath City left. He's got Freer making a run ahead of him. Goes short to Francois instead. He looks to go inside. He's going to go for a long-range strike, but slightly miscues that one, and that's well wide of Marston's goal.
Long history, of course, between these two clubs, both old Southern League sides, played each other many, many times.
Yeah, the 92nd meeting in all between the clubs.
A lot of those, of course, took place at Chelmsford's old ground, New Riddle Street, which is a lovely ground in the centre of town. And we've just seen Callum Harrison. To say he went down heavily is something of an understatement. Did a triple roll with Pike. Until I've been watching the Olympic swimming. Or diving, I should say.
I was going to say, I don't do too much of that in the swimming. Right, I don't know what swimming you've been watching.
Depends which pool you're in, I suppose, as to how many pike there are in it.
Well, he's not getting a lot of sympathy here, Callum Harrison. Cause,
Not even from his own team.
well, his goalkeeper came running out. The question is whether Bath City are going to give the ball back here.
I don't think so, and I don't think the referees indicated they should.
Bath City throwing on the right-hand side, which Rains is again going to launch into the area. He's looking for Gehring. It comes off right in front of him. Freer, the man to deliver. Flicked on at the front post, and behind for another corner kick. This one's a bit deeper to the centre. It's headed away by Jones. Nice touch by Francois. Now Cook back to Francois. So it's a little bit wide. Crosses it across goal, and it's headed in by Cody Cook. I think it's going to be a consolation and nothing more. As a melee in the goal. As Bath City tried to retain the ball and get it back quickly, it was an excellent header from Cody Cook from Francois' pullback, and there is maybe a little bit of hope in the dying seconds for the Romans.
Yes, it was a good move by City. They'll tend to say if only that had come 20 minutes ago, how the result of this game could have been different. But you feel it 90 minutes plus 4. That's pretty much it. And another booking down there. It's Cameron James this time. There can only be seconds left.
Yeah, Clark has to go long. He does. And in fact, that is the full-time whistle. There's not even time for a chance for the Romans, so it was almost the last action of the game. A consolation for Cody Cook because it finishes Bath City 1, Chelmsford City 2 here at Twerton Park. Adam Morgan's penalty just before half-time, and Dara Dada's terrific 20-yard strike just after the interval, making the difference for Chelmsford City in this one.